How do you keep from getting tilted? Stop focusing on the result. If you want, how do you not tilt, guys? I don't know. Just you stop focusing on what happened and focus on what you're doing, right? You're worried. Oh, we just lost a round. Oh shit, fuck. Well, are you still in it? Have they reached 16? And then even when you lose, just practice losing with grace a little bit more. Yeah, some people say, okay, like I need to get angry because that's what fuels me to like try to win next time. Okay, well that's false in my opinion. I think what fuels you is doing better what you did false. Do you need to get angry to identify what you need to do better? If so, then I guess so be it, but I don't think that's the case. So you just try to find a way to like identify what you need to do to be better without getting pressured. And use that as motivation. It's not like I'm happy when I lose. There's a you know, like I'm not just sitting here like, oh, I lost that game, haha. You know, like occasionally you'll laugh because you need to, because something unlucky happened. But really, it's just about just being like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm gonna win next time. Like I'm not happy, but there's no reason to like tilt. Like tilting is just you losing your control of your emotions. I've tilted before. You know, I'm not gonna act perfect, so. Is crouch spraying better? No. You guys gotta understand, when you're thinking about shooting, so my CSGO course is coming out soon on Udemy.com, guys. That's the website that's going to be hosting it. Crouching, spraying, standing, one hand on your mouse, blindfolded. Don't think of it in terms of what's better. Think of it of what's possible, and then practice those things. It's possible to stand still. The only reason people duck is because it pulls down the recoil for them. So ducking shooting is not better. It's the fact that it pulls your crosshair down for you. So I could stand right here and shoot, but it's a different feel of ducking because ducking just dropped my crosshair for me for the end of that spray. This crosshair sucks. Scroll XOG, I'm glad you shared your opinion here. What do you think you like or dislike about the crosshair? A lot of people's problem they have with my crosshair is because it's so big, they think they can't shoot heads, right, at a long distance because they can't see the body or something. But if you really look at it, first of all, the gap in the center of my screen and the center of the crosshair is relatively small. Right? Like, if you compare it to no gap, would you have me play like this with my crosshair? So the thing is you're assuming that I need to see everything about the model to hit the head. The reason I like a large crosshair is because I don't like to focus too much on the center of my screen. My eyes like to trail like here. I like to have a FOV like this with my eyes. I look left and right of my crosshair constantly, and I look over here on the edges of my screen in between shots because I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to feel loose with my aim. If I'm focused through my crosshair too much, my reaction gets worse. So one of the reasons I use a big crosshair is because it just resonates well with my eyes. A lot of people think the big crosshair stops them from hitting heads a long distance. It's false. I appreciate your opinion, but be careful spreading your opinion as fact, right? I tell people to use a small crosshair or a large crosshair. Some days, just to show people I don't really put too much stock in it, I change my crosshair to something like this. I show them, yeah, I can play with this, and it doesn't bother me that much. I just don't prefer it, right? For some reason, I've learned better looking at a larger crosshair, right? This is fine, as you can tell. I'm able to shoot with this, but I don't feel as comfortable when I go live. Deathmatching is not competitive. Your comfort while deathmatching is only partially going to transfer to when you play competitive. The reason being is it's hyperactive. You're fighting individuals one at a time. You're constantly moving. You're not worried about where people are coming from. The mental strain of competitive does not exist in deathmatch, and then the actual strategic reality of the hyperactivity of playing in a deathmatch, right? You're going boom, 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 boom. That doesn't exist. So just because I'm able to snap around and hit headshots, preference, right? It's how you feel comfortable when you're live playing in a more tense environment. So the question I get all the time is, hey dude, I was owning a deathmatch, one-tapping everyone, how come I don't transfer that to the game? Well, no one's transfers to the game. If you're good, you're good. Just because you're good in DM, it doesn't always mean you're bad in game. Just because you're good in DM, it doesn't always mean you're good in game. Two separate things. Have you ever tried to play dot crosshair? Yeah, I don't like it. It makes me focus on it too much. Like, I have to look for it with my eyes. I don't like it. There's no setting that is mandatory for going pro. So make sure, if you're watching my stream, I say this all the time, make sure you understand that. There's nothing that's mandatory. Show us the perfect spray right here. Boom, perfect. There's no perfect spray either. No pro, and I'm going to repeat, no, not one single pro in the game, I don't care if you're talking about Nico, Scream, this, that, the other, is memorizing the spray pattern bullet by bullet. Not one single pro out there is doing that. And if there is someone doing that, I guarantee you they're not a high-level pro. All those bullets right there that I just shot to get those 2 headshots were nothing to do with processing mentally in terms of thinking. That was all feel. Famous Forrest quote, what is your aim on point when you're not thinking about your aim, right? Why? Because it's useless. There's no reason to try to memorize the bullet spray pattern. Why think about it when you could feel it? Look at it. You could feel it. Right? Look at it. If you're not good at controlling it in relatively sense, right? Like if you're sitting here shooting at the wall and it goes up, pull it down.
See you later.
Your job is not to master the spray pattern, it's to guide the spray pattern. Everyone says control recoil, you're guiding recoil. I might start saying that every single time I'm talking about it. You're not controlling recoil, you're guiding recoil. The recoil is not to be controlled, it's to be guided, right? I don't know where these bullets are going, but I can feel pretty close to where they're going, right? I could feel pretty close to where they're going. And you'll see some pro players on point with their spray. See how I could tell that that was on the guy? I don't know where those bullets are going, but I could tell. I couldn't explain exactly. I mean, I tried to all the time, but it's a feeling. That spray was a feel. I've guided the bullet so many times such that when I shoot the gun, I don't think about it anymore. The only reason people give me credit as a teacher online is because I've spent time thinking about it. I've given a lot of individual lessons. A lot of pros don't give individual lessons. For all of 2013, 2014, and a little bit of 2015, I offered individual lessons. Every Friday I did 4 to 5 hours of individual instruction, and even throughout the week before that I did even more. I spent a lot of time talking to people who didn't understand things, and it made me reflect on why things are, why people don't get it. But the root of it, without me trying to teach you, the actual end goal is not thinking about anything. You're not guiding, you're not mastering recoil, you're not controlling every bullet, you're guiding recoil. Dude, so many people have this bad perception. Not so many people, maybe a small percent. Dude, why don't I just get headshot every time? Why don't you just control every bullet? Show me the perfect spray. Shoot 30 bullets, control every bullet. That's not how any single one pro, Golzera, Nico, Simple, none of them are thinking along those lines. None of them are trying to control every bullet. They are guiding the bullets because they have a feeling in their hand that makes them understand and feel recoil. Not understand every bullet's spot on the screen, but understand where bullets are at a certain point when they're putting a certain amount of pressure on their mouths, right? The problem everybody has in most things in life is they focus too much on the details rather than the thing itself, right? What's actually being productive? What is being productive in this game? People ask me, are aim maps good to train your aim? Are this map good to train your aim? Standing in a server right now is fine to train your aim. It doesn't matter what server you're in. It's all about feeling the weight of the mouse, feeling the bullets. Are you on 128 tick or 64 tick is the only thing that I would say changes how good a server is going to provide your practice. 64 tick spray is not the same as 128 tick spray. You have to hold your position a little longer. If this is my spray on 128 tick and I go start, pull down, my spray on 64 tick is start, then pull down. It's a little more slight, delayed. So that's one problem with 64 tick and why I think it's stupid that Valve doesn't connect the dots across the board. What do you think is the highest someone can get if they don't have natural talent for the game? My thought doesn't matter on the topic. People ask me all the time, I'm this many hours and this is my rank, can I go pro? My thought doesn't matter, and that's in the most righteous way possible that my thought doesn't matter, because who the fuck am I to tell you where you can or can't get in a certain amount of time? Only thing you should have if you want to do something is optimism, confidence, fake it till you make it. No matter how good or bad you are, you're only limited by your attitude. So why believe what any pro says about where you can or can't be with your rank? I'm not saying everyone's going to go pro or everyone can go pro. Yeah, there's a certain amount of skill. Yes, talent. Yes, you need to work hard. You can't just show up every day and be like, I'm going to be pro and go pro. There is an asserted effort. There's a asserted desire, discipline, dedication. Old Team 3D, you have to be focused on the task. But why doubt yourself or hesitate if you're going to do it anyway? Do it. Have a result. Sure, say if in a year I'm not this rank, I'm going to go back to school or I'm going to focus for my job. That's why there's balance in life. You focus on other things. But why care about what my perception of where you can go is? Only thing you should take away from anything I ever say is perspective. Even my thoughts on recoil that I just said might not be 100% true for you because the way you think about it actually caters to you better. I think what I said is somewhat factual in the sense that no pro is controlling recoil. We are guiding recoil. That's somewhat, I would say that's more of a fact than a debate, right? No one's really going to argue that with me. They might rephrase it, but that's a thought, right? Are you on something? Coffee. Whenever I'm in a good mood and I drink coffee, this is what happens. I'm always, I'm in the beginning of my stream. This will die down as the stream goes on, promise. I get bored of the solo queues and pugs. My energy wanes off a little bit. I guess part of the reason for that rant right there is I get so many questions low level in chat, and I try to answer these questions that I think are misguided, and I try to have patience with a lot of the questions they ask, but occasionally, in a very positive way, I blow up. Because so many people are like, this is my rank, this is how many hours I have, you think I can go pro? This is my crosshair, this is my settings, you think I can go pro? You think I can get better? What map should I do to get better? What should I do? And I understand that you lack knowledge, so you think these are the right questions, which is why I don't want to get mad at you, because why would I get mad at someone for not knowing something if it's not their fault that they don't know it? But at the same time, it's like, guys, really, and this is going to help you out if you're trying to go pro at golf, football, basketball, right? It's the famous stories of Michael Jordan failing. You have to approach things and try to learn the mechanical things necessary, right? If you're throwing it, show it, if you're trying to, I don't know shit about basketball, but I'm assuming if you want to be a good three-point shooter, you should study Steph Curry. You should study the release. Why is the certain arch the best? Why is that the best? Yes, study the perfection of what makes the best free throw, right? Or three-point shot from the line. But then you got to go throw a bunch of threes and feel your arm. Why is your extension a certain way? Maybe your muscle is sore in a certain part of your arm. You need to start countering that, doing workouts to help it. But you can't just be like, hey, Michael Jordan, my free throw percentage from the line is 37%. I'm 16 years old. You think I could still go pro? It doesn't fucking matter what Michael Jordan says right there. You go and you keep shooting threes until you set that limit and say, I don't want to keep trying this anymore because I didn't reach my goal. But that's the whole point of focusing on process and a goal. Everyone's ladder anxiety comes from their insecurity every day. Am I better yet? Am I better yet? Am I better yet? Am I better yet? And it sucks because you're not getting better, or you lost a game, or hey man, I got 25 kills this game and 10 kills the next game. Jordan, what do I do? I'm inconsistent. You're not good yet. You're not where you should be yet. Keep focusing on the process. The process is finding issues, finding solutions, finding issues, finding solutions. You overpeaked. Why did you overpeak? And if your mind isn't centered, the toughest thing, guys, here is if you don't have a mentor, if you don't have people to guide you, you're gonna steer yourself in the wrong direction sometimes, and that is the shitty reality of trying to get better at something. Not everybody is gonna have good mentors. Not everyone is gonna have good advice. And along the way, guys, you're gonna get advice from people that is incorrect, and you're gonna get someone steering you the wrong way, and you're gonna get, taking you the wrong way. So the tough thing is if you want something, guys, you have to stay on your own path of confidence. It's almost a sense of arrogance because you're saying, I'm gonna keep doing this. Oh, people tell me I suck. Why I don't want to quit yet? Michael Jordan got fucking benched from his high school basketball team. Well, he's like, I feel like I'm good. I have a skill set, but I'm not realizing it. Something about my play is not connecting with my thoughts. I'm going to keep going. Michael fucking Jordan had that problem, guys. Anyways, done with that rant. I think it's the coffee that got you going today. Fuck yeah, it is. People always ask me what I'm on. I'm like, dude, beginning of my stream, lights are on. It's daytime. I got some of that morning energy. I crushed a muffin with a couple eggs and some coffee. Man, I'm flowing. Caffeine has got me rolling right now.